It's all good. Let me just check the website as well. I think it's all good on the website as well. Academy, live streams. Yeah, it's going straight there. Lovely. Right. Sick. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. 17th, the Thursday. Thursday the 17th of April. Damn. We're really getting through this month, aren't we?
Jackie boy,
What's up, Max? How's it going, bro?
crack-a-lackin', sonny.
I
What's
ain't
going
heard your
on?
beautiful voice in a while.
Yeah, mate, I'm back. I never went anywhere really, mate. I've been around, but I've just been kind of scoping out my stuff, brother. You know what I'm saying? I've got the event, just doing the event, bro. The
You all ready
100K
for it,
party
yeah?
wants me to turn my aircon on. Bro, I've never been more ready for something in my life.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun, man.
The guest list is mad. Like, I think at this point we're up to about 520 people on the guest list. And that's like, that's not just crypto people. That's like big ecom guys, marketing people, real estate people, crypto people. There's going to be like 200 smoking hot models walking around. We've got all that organized. So it's going to be, it's good. Listen, I honestly think it's going to be one of the best actual parties Dubai has ever seen because they don't do this kind of shit here.
No, they
Like,
don't.
this is proper. This is a proper shindig. Like, it's going to be mad. And then this is 520 people is already on the guest list. We haven't even started running like any adverts. I haven't really been streaming that much. I'm going to stream pretty much all the way up until the event, and then we've got a meetup happening next week with Ocean Beach, and they're going to promote it on their website. So, bro, I think it could end up being like I don't know. It's from 11 a.m. till 4 a.m. So there's going to be periods where there'll be loads of people, probably periods when there's not as many. But I think there's always going to be about 150, and then it'll just be peaking up and down. It's going to get nuts.
Bro, it's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be funny to like actually meet everyone face to face after like years of being
Yeah,
online.
it will.
It's gonna be jokes.
It's the weird, it's the weird and wonderful world of online, and it's like people don't fucking do this often enough. I think I'm gonna have to do one of these events like every year, dude. Just a once a year MDX shindig in different locations around the world. Like I think that'd just be fucking just a
World
once
tour.
a year big. Yeah, man. Fuck it. Why not?
We were actually just
Like,
talking about Cyprus. Brummy's going to look at property there. I know
yeah,
you're a big
Saipi's good,
fan.
man. The real estate market's pretty interesting. It's being bought up by the Chinese a lot though.
What
So you
isn't?
find that, but like I'm saying, yeah, what isn't? But I'm saying like a lot. It's like literally my
Ah,
fucking garden was Chinese. The real estate guy the landlord, my landlord was Chinese. Even like my gardener was Chinese. Even the guy who owned like the property development down the road was Chinese. I was like, bruv, like this is proper China. I might as well be in Shenzhen, Yangzhongyush. It was mad. But one sec, let me just grab the door. One sec.
yeah, go for it. Um, yeah, I was actually just about to start rambling on, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna say too much until we'll just listen to Max and see what he has to say about the 100k pie. But yeah, in general, Bitcoin looks pretty
So,
decent
what's
right
going on with
now.
the alts, baby?
Oh yeah, we're gonna get onto some alts. We are.
You're doing BTC right now. I think, brother, like it's looking pretty good to be honest. Like
Yeah, I think so as well.
76. If it goes to 74, 76, it's 100% a buy in my book. If it holds here and we break above that prior local area of resistance and then we retest it, then it's a buy. So there's a couple of trades there. There's probably another short into it as well. Even though looking at it right now, here we go. That's working nicely. Looking at it right now, let me just jump up. I've got too many gold charts up. I've just been staring at gold for days. It's fucking mental. Gold's doing a BTC basically. But yeah, no, where it is now, because it's posturing up quite nicely, I would say I probably wouldn't take the short at around 88k again. It kind of dropped in. There might be one. There might be another short at around between 87 and 88, 89 ish up there. But
Yeah.
I would take it with less. I would be less aggressive with it, and I would say if it does break above that region and retest it, I think we've pretty much done this. and then we're going to fly up to $100,000. That'll be the magnet, big 100K number. Hopefully that happens within the next 10 days. If we start just mooning in the next 10 days and we're literally coming up to 100K for the party, that would be actually lit. That
Yeah.
would be lit if we do another 100K crossover during the event. It's a 17-hour event, so there is a chance. Fucking that'd be epic. But I think it's gonna bottom out around here, mate. And if it comes down to, I did the whole stream yesterday. I don't know if you watched it, but
Well, I tuned in for a little bit.
76.
I was very surprised
Yeah,
actually.
what, seeing me on stream?
Yeah, seeing you on stream for once in a while.
I'm back. I'm fucking back. But yeah, 76 is a buy, and then if it breaks above 88 and retest it, it's a buy. And if it's just a really good. It's like Bitcoin's just a good chart, man. I was talking about altcoins yesterday as well, and like how I just don't see any reason to be in alts right now. Um, it's just Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's going to run, like there's no good scenario for alts right now. If Bitcoin loses 76 and nukes down into the fucking 50 range, alts get wrecked. If Bitcoin moons now, people will jump into Bitcoin to catch the moon. So it's like there's no alts are just going to get probably bleedy even more
Mm.
for a bit.
There are a couple alt charts that one are quite good to trade. For example, Popcat, and also Solana's not actually looking too bad at the moment, as it has
Oh,
come back and retested sort of like 123, 124, and held that as support on the Q2. So I don't actually
yeah,
think
Solana's not
Solana
too
looks
bad.
bad.
Yeah, I said that on my stream actually. I did say Solana's reclaimed that area that it lost.
Hmm.
So there could be a pop up here for Solana. But with Ethereum, it's like, bruv,
Dead.
whatever happens, it's not breaking it. Well, it could rally quite nicely. It could come back up to like 3,000, 3,500 even. But it's not going to break that $4,200 mark for. It'll probably take it like another year
Yeah,
to get
I
back
said
there.
actually,
So,
what's interesting what you say about that 3,300 level is I was looking at that on the way down, and there's so much liquidations in between sort of like 3,300 at the yearly
yeah,
open.
and the fibs line up as well.
Mm. So that's a very interesting level if we
So
do regain sort of like Q2 on a daily time frame.
honestly, it's whatever happens with ETH, it's not breaking that $4,200 mark. I would be surprised if it doesn't. It takes a year. I think it could take a year. I'd be surprised if it takes 6 months. Like I'd generally be like, wow, that was a quick comeback. It's taken to nuke all the way down, and we know that uptrends are usually slower than down. This has taken 124 bars on the daily. So we're talking like fucking months of down, and usually up is slower. So it's if it takes 6 months, I'll be surprised. And that's to break its all time like the prior local high. It's just going to do a huge consolidation sideways, probably for the whole time Bitcoin's mooning, and then Ethereum will have its moment when Bitcoin tops, eventually at the end of the bull market for Bitcoin. ETH's got a long way to go.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more cynical on ETH
Crazy.
actually. You saying 4,200? I think 3,800, 3,700. That's not getting broken for a while, like a lot, like probably years.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's local high. I'm not. I don't. Whatever in between. I'm just saying the last high it made, which was 4,150. That just level there
Yeah.
is going to be the top for a while. Like even Sol, I would argue that will probably be the top for a while as well. It'll probably be, but Solana is a lot more aggressive and a lot more like it's a smaller market cap, so it can pop faster.
Mm.
I don't know. I just see alts probably going sideways, up and sideways. So they go all the way back up to the 786 from their prior highs. So Solana that'd be like $300, 295. ETH is about 4,100. They all slowly rally up in the next. They basically go near there, then back down, and then they basically do a huge sideways symmetrical formation, like a big pennant to the side. And then that will be when Bitcoin is actually breaking all-time highs. People are going to be selling alts into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin will eventually do something crazy, like top out. Wherever it tops out, we don't know. It might be 150, might be 250. Who knows with Bitcoin? And then when Bitcoin actually takes its first big hit from like something like 200 back to 100 or some shit in like a fucking week, then alts will run and have their alt season.
Yeah.
I did a whole stream on it yesterday.
Yeah. 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 But there are some pretty decent charts to trade. I know Zeus is saying Fart and Hype only two worth trading. I don't think that's quite true. Popcat's pretty good to trade, but I do agree that Fart and Hype have been actually very good to trade recently.
Art and hype.
Fart Hype,
Oh, this lingo, bro.
bro.
Yeah, no, there's. I'm not saying Yeah, so with what I'm saying right now, there's going to be thousands of coins that are going to be ranging and trending, and they're going to be doing their own little tiny movements within their market caps, and like there's going to be lots of opportunity with like lower time frames and indicators to like scalp sideways and all that kind of shit. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, in general, if you're looking at it as like an investment into
Yeah, yeah.
crypto, I just think that Bitcoin is a better place to be if you're just looking for those big long-term moves. But yeah, there's going to be fuckloads of the small stuff, and even if it goes down, we can still short the market. So like if it's on these perpetual future exchanges, you can short them on the way down. I'm just saying shorting is it's more difficult to make money shorting than it is going long.
Mm,
Just through a whole load of calculus and human intuitive emotions. It's just harder to catch fear than it is to catch greed. And also, it's you can only make 100% on the way down. And with these altcoins, they can go up like 28 billion percent. They can only go 100% down. So like that's the kind of game you're playing against.
yeah, like look at Popcat from its low on 9th of April. It actually did 150% uh,
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
the next like few
In how
days,
long?
like 4 days, bro. Insane.
Bro, honestly, whack on Algo Master on that, bro. Like that would have been the easiest fucking buy ever. I bet you it was
Oh,
just like next to the bottom.
I need to
Yeah, you
load.
gotta update, baby. You gotta
Damn,
stay. You gotta keep up with the times, Jack.
come on.
Bro.
Let's just let it load. Yeah, there we go.
Look at that
Literally.
buy.
Oh, perfect. And look at this
The
retest as
bottom.
well. Oh, it's just
Yeah, what's the
beautiful.
go on double click on Algo Master on Popcat and then just turn on back testing and then put single and
Is
then
it
put it on
on?
autopilot. Is it on
Is it?
autopilot?
It should be.
Yeah, top left.
Oh no, it's not.
You don't even need it because it's probably going to be five
Look at
anyway.
that,
What's
bro.
that percentage?
Jesus, 145?
Yeah, that's literally the move,
That's
and
literally the whole
that's the
move.
last 20, and that's the last 25 fucking trades. So that's a crazy amount of profit. That's automated, bro. So you could have had an automated system making that, and then you could have gone on another exchange and just taken that buy signal, and you're fucking creme de la creaming it.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's actually insane.
Honestly, the indicators are so good for lower cap shitties and meme coins because meme coins and these lower cap things they're traded by morons. So like the indicators they make more money because essentially they're just automating against people who are even worse at trading than obviously Bitcoin's being traded by some pretty decent I would say the participants of Bitcoin is now quite mature. Like, you got institutions, hedge funds, you got the family offices, you got individuals with lots of money, you got big traders, it's all connected now. So you can get BTC, you can buy it from brokerage accounts and stuff. So there's a lot more sophisticated trader who can trade Bitcoin. But with these things, nah.
Bro, that's funny. I
These are all the
always
brothers.
tell people to trade Popcat, like especially on the weekends, because you're trading against literal like teenagers, like, and
Kids.
they don't know
Yeah,
what they're
kids.
doing. It's so funny.
Yeah, you're just taking money from children. It's fucked up. But like,
It's not
um,
really. It's the
yeah,
game's the game.
I might have to jump on this. I might jump on Popcat and just run with the indicators because like it's probably not going to change. Those numbers are probably not going to change. They're probably just going to get as it gets more volatile. What we should probably do is get because you have got the crypto volatility index, but we should try and build some sort of like volatility index for each altcoin and then just trade it when it's high vol with the indicators. The higher the vol, the more you're going to make.
Yeah, I mean, Popcat's always pretty volatile actually. It
I'm just saying if there was
swings.
an indicator that showed you just like
Oh
over
yeah.
the course of well, you can use ATR. I'm just saying because you could spot trends of whether the volumes or sorry the volatility is increasing or decreasing. So then
Mm.
you could just be like, well, volatility looks like it's uptrending. So I'm just gonna whack on the indicators on this one.
Look at this March level. Like, look at this move. It just
I'm not.
moves 20% in 12 hours and then does it again. I got two shorts on this and it just dumped 20% in a day on Monday. It was literally just beautiful. This is my whole trading week done.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just message fucking this guy.
But yeah, Yeah, it's looking pretty decent as well. Do we have a half day tomorrow, by the way? I know Viking was talking about it's a half day, right, for trading markets.
I don't know. I think is it Friday bank holiday? Is it UK bank holiday or something? Or no? Is it the Easter? No, is it Easter yet?
I
No, I swear
think
that's coming up
I
28th.
think so. I think it might be tomorrow. I think Viking was saying something about it. So might have a bit of low vol. Someone might know in the chat. Let's see what Vizu said. Also crazy
Well,
to
it
hear
depends though. The
Max.
thing is about like holidays and shit. No, it's Good Friday. Yeah. The thing about holidays and shit is that they can be low vol, but also a lot of people just leave bots on 24/7 markets, so it can actually be weird. It's usually low vol, but if something does happen, then all the bots start doing the same thing at the same time, and then it's like you can actually get pretty volatile fucking moves.
Hmm.
One sec, I'll be here. I'm just gonna message my guy. 2 6.
Yeah, go on. I'll do some alts. Also crazy to hear Max even mention 150 to 250k. Interested to see if any of the other mentors still think we're get that high this cycle. Um, hmm. I mean, I always thought, I don't know, my original target was 150 to 200. But I'm not really sure about that now because just seeing the weekly chart just makes me think we're going to lower high at like 100. Just like kind of how Stu's saying. But then again, like you can't really get bearish on this weekly chart just yet, especially if we come down and retest like 70k. I'd actually be quite bullish. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure about 250k. I think it's a bit of a reach, but it depends how far we go down first. I don't actually have an answer for that. I might have to do some more fibs and do some more in-depth data because my original target of 150 to 200 was I did that all the way back in 2023 before I was even like a mentor and stuff. So I might have to revise that. Good Friday, you ding dongs. Yeah, my ancestors would not be happy with me on that one. But yeah, let's what are you guys trading? And if we do have like a down move, I would be interested in all these like stubers just from the low because we have had quite a nice move off the lows now. I know Render actually had quite a decent move as well. Let's actually have a look at hype because it seems to be holding quite well above this stupid pocket. I still think it's possible that we could come and see like a Q2 retest on this, especially as this is just heavy resistance.
Yo, bro,
Yo,
we do have a implied volatility indicator in the derivative suite. So I'm just gonna
oh yeah,
go to derivative suite.
let's have a look.
We probably need to branch this out into its own thing because so we've implied volatility in derivative suite.
Mm, implied volatility. Here we go.
Yeah, so I'm literally chatting with Bing right now about it. I think this is something which you could use to say, okay, well, if vol is high, you want to get the trade. Like, they're probably better for a higher time frame, but I'm saying if the vol is high, you want to get the bot running on lower time frames because then obviously you're going to be like, okay, well, if the indicators work well in high volatility,
Yeah,
you want to be setting automation, especially. So, like for instance, yeah. But I'm gonna dive into the weeds on this one with Bing today because we've got like loads of calls today with the indicators. We do tons of stuff on Thursdays with the indicators. We do like settings, changes, updates. We look at stuff. So I'm gonna have a good dive into the implied volatility. So
that is actually quite interesting.
yeah, well, there's another one I used to use back in the day. I can't remember. It was a free trading view one, but it was a bit janky. So if we can basically build something which was a bit more it's not trying to tell you a direction. It's just saying like when the market is fucking wavy, this is the time to get onto that shindig.
Yeah, like
But
here. That bit
Yeah,
here,
you got
this
the
little
green bar,
flat
you
bit,
turn,
perfect. Off support, bang,
and then you
150%
turn it.
off.
You could have something in Algo Master that only turns on if it's like the volatility is increasing. So then it's like the bot is only turning on when volatility is set to increase, which could be
Mm,
quite interesting.
I like that. I like that.
And then red is obviously the red dot is bad, so you'd say no, turn it off. It could be an interesting one. You could build in some parameters. Anyway, I'll let you get on with that.
Nice, nice. Constantly building, constantly working. These guys, man, love it, love it, love it, love it. But yeah, let's have a look at. Should we have a look at Fartcoin or should we have a look at Hype? Let's do Hype quickly. Yeah, so like I was saying, obviously above this weekly open, we have kind of had a little break of structure here, so there actually could be a nice short. Actually, let's have a look. Yeah, we're right in the pocket right here. Actually, this is quite interesting. Hmm. Yeah, we're in the bad. This is not looking bad. The only thing I don't like about this is that the sort of potential upside is quite big. There's like a 5% range where all this overlapping supply comes in. 4 hour combination band, not too far away, like 2-3%. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely potentially interesting. That little low there makes me think possibly we're going to come and test Q2, which is kind of untested since we broke up back above it. But yeah, again, this has V bottomed as well. Interesting. Not the worst. What are you thinking on that, Zeus? Actually, I know you're probably on the Stairmaster. Does implied volatility work on multiple timeframes? Yeah, it should. I'm not really. I don't. I actually haven't used the implied volatility, but I assume that it will work on every single time frame. Probably less so on lower time frames. As Max just said, it's better on larger time frames, but yeah, it should work. Actually, it's probably not going to give good results for you, Tyler, because
Yeah,
you're a
it just works.
scalper.
It just tells you the volatility relative to the time frame you're on. So if in a higher time frame, it's going to be longer periods of time where it shows you what the volatility is, and then on a 1 minute, it's going to be on a shorter period of time where it tells you the volatility within the 1 minute.
So you said look at Algo Master on the 90-minute baseline RMA 20 on PAX G. Backtest of 10 trades, not 25. Yeah, I saw you guys Eggle find that PAX G bot. Very cool, man. This thing's just been mooning, hasn't it? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's been mooning, but it was due because 1 ounce of gold, brother, today still buys you or will buy you the same amount as when gold was trading $877 in 1980. So the purchasing power is only the same as what it was at 877 in 1980, which was the bull market high. So really, it wouldn't surprise me to see this go 4,000 and higher in
Mm,
this run, because I think the purchasing power of gold could increase. So I think gold could have a higher value than it did in 1980. If you go back to 1980, you can see the bull market high. Well, after it rallied out of the fucking 70s, 1971 break of the standard. But yeah, keep going back. It's that one there. So
nice.
that high, right today, the price is obviously a lot higher, but the purchasing power of gold is the same as that high
Mm,
there. You just do
yeah.
inflation adjusted,
At
and
least it does what it says on the tin, eh?
yeah, that's what it says on the tin, of course. But I would
Buy
say,
Bitcoin.
my argument is that if it went to like say if it doubled in price here, then you'd have this. It would have the same purchasing power of something like $400 in 1975, probably. I just think what it should probably go back to is what it was before Nixon came off the gold standard. So it should go back to essentially the same purchasing power before 1971. It should be what it is today, for probably to be fair value. But I would say that fiat currency does have a use case in today's society. So like people will store their value short term. It's like a hot wallet or a cold wallet. Not everybody has all their crypto on a cold wallet. Some people have it on hot wallets, right? That's kind of the same thing with US dollars.
Mm.
You know, they're the scalable, fast transactional throughput layer to gold because you don't want to have to move around the actual physical piece of gold, or just have it in a paper fashion. And we know there's too many paper derivatives. There's too much derivatives of gold anyway out there. Paper contracts, which don't even represent the spot bullion. So it's basically like it's like being on Bybit and they've got 1,000 Bitcoin, but actually they've got 2,000 Bitcoin worth of derivatives contracts. And actually they do because they have leverage. But I'm saying like if they actually did liquidate everything back, it would be 1-to-1. That's why you can't lose more than what you put into a crypto exchange. You can only lose what you put in. But with gold, that's not the case. There are more paper, I'd call it IUOs or there are more derivative contracts of gold out there, paper gold, than there is bullion spot. So it could get a bit crazy. This bull market in gold, I think it could go. Well, obviously the thing is, it's the same as Bitcoin or anything else. Nobody knows how far it's going to go. It's going to top when it tops. All you can do is go with the trend. I would just say that even if it went to $8,000, it still wouldn't be impossible
Mm.
for that to happen because it would just mean that the purchasing power is double what it was at 1980. And why not? People are freaking out at the moment and selling the stocks. So all the stock shares, indices, equities in fiat currency, like there's loads of purchasing power locked up in these things, even real estate. So all we're doing right now, if it wants to double its purchasing power, all we have to do is unlock purchasing power from other places. So people just move and sell other assets into gold. I wouldn't surprise me to say go $8,000. I'm saying that wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think it's like we have to just see. Just keep your lungs open, and then when we get, if you look at the indicator Wavemaster, which you've got up right now, actually no, you've got
Well, I have it
the
on this one.
legacy. You got legacy.
I got it on the top here.
Yeah, so yeah, if you look at it on the weekly time frame, I think it's a weekly time frame, which is one I use a lot.
Here you go. Just let it load.
Weekly's like looking at the daily for crypto, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, the two dots. What you're waiting for is the two dots. So whenever you get those two dots, a yellow dot above the line and one on the line, that usually equates to gold either going down in price or sideways for between 4 and 15 weeks. So if you just do it every single time, it usually goes fucking flat for like 10 weeks.
Yeah, that's
I think
10 weeks
the
exactly. And this
yeah,
one
10 weeks.
is about another 10 weeks, yeah.
Another 10 weeks, and you can do it many, many, many times. And also, it can go down, and also it can just go down for like 5 weeks. But there's a lot of cases. Well, what I'm saying is that those two. Okay, there's three things actually. The purchasing power is now almost at an all-time high. So in 1980, when gold was trading at $877, that was the highest point of purchasing power ever in gold's history. So at that point, you could have turned your gold into goods and services for the best rate ever. Now, gold is at the same purchasing power as that. So today, it's one of the best times. Like the purchasing power of gold right now in the market, if you want to go and trade your gold for shit in the market, is good.
Mm.
Like it's at nearly all-time high purchasing power over the last 250 years since America was incepted, essentially. So it's a fucking good time. So you got that metric, which is like, okay, well, my argument is that it could probably double in purchasing power. Why not have any? Why not? Why can't it be like the new all-time high? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's gonna. It could go to 8,000. It probably will stop between here and 8,000. That's all I'm saying. When it does stop, it's likely going to coincide with the momentum indicator, Wavemaster, and also the stock to flow as well. You'll see the stock to flow flip. So miners will begin to sell. So stock to flow is literally just supply and demand. They all want to make it all crazy and have it like, oh, let's make it sound all sexy and complicated in the banks and all this bollocks. No, it's just supply and demand. That's all it means. It's very, very simple. It just means how much of the supply is actually being sold or how much of the supply is actually being held. That's all it is. So what happened is when stock to flow gets to a point it is at the moment where miners hoard gold instead of sell it, that will change. And then there'll be a time where the miners will not do that. They will sell because they'll see that they can make a profit because it's risen so quickly in price. So they can sell it for other things and not just send it straight to Brinks and hold it in a fucking locker and put it into monetary supply. So
Mm.
like there's that as well. That's going to flip. You've got momentum, which is up there. You got that's going to flip, and you've also got the fucking prices at all-time highs of purchasing power, and other asset classes are down. The stock market's down 15% now. So it's going to be a nice flip soon. If I was 100% allocated into gold right now, I would be 100% looking to exit a certain amount into a different asset class, whether it's watches, the stock market, Russell, even Bitcoin's down 15% from its high, and gold's not. So there's gonna be a nice flip, and then when we get those parameters, we're gonna get sideways or down for probably 10 weeks, maybe
Maybe even
longer
more this
actually.
time, actually.
This one might be a very long bear market. This will probably be like the one we had in 2010, I think it is. If you scroll back, on the old chart, there was a long, yeah, here we go, that one, that proper big high. Go all the way up to that top.
This
There
one
we go.
here.
Yeah, this one's like 2 years. We'll probably get like a 2 year flat period.
Actually went down nearly 50%. 45?
Yeah,
In.
45, 50%, normal stuff. But I'm saying in the period it was flat, not down. It was 2 years.
Mm.
So if you go literally just
So
the
kind of
flat
like
part of the top.
this. Oops. Kind of like that.
No,
Yeah.
not that part. I'm saying when it made its all-time high back in the day. There, I'm
Oh,
saying
here.
it had a consolidate. Yeah, there, and then it broke down to the downside. I'm saying
I
that
see.
that period there was when you make a decision. That's when you're like, okay, are we going to trend now down or up? Because in another universe, that could have just continued to the upside. But that was then a long period of sideways. Everyone was selling out of the asset class, and then actually it failed because people moved out of gold. And in this scenario, a lot of people were actually buying up the stock market. So and then it went into that long bear market. Now it's continuing up. And bro, like this is a parabolic uptrend. So we're gonna get the next parabola blow off top will happen, and then it will probably go into a 2 year sideways. It's just gonna do this is gonna do the same cycle.
Mm.
The gold is such a perfect barometer of certainty and non-certainty. If you are uncertain, you buy gold because gold is money and it's the longest standing form of money which you can rely on the most. So when there's uncertainty in the market, everyone goes back into gold. Gold's price and purchasing power rises. Then, as that happens, people make money. Their purchasing power increases. What usually happens when everyone's in gold, you have more stability in general, and then the economy will then come to a position where people will then take more bets. They'll say, "Fuck it, I'll sell some of my gold, which is this secure, safe asset of the planet. I'll go and bet on an individual stock in the Russell. Oh, I quite like this thing. I'll go and buy some Bitcoin. I'll go and buy more speculative, risky stuff." So right now everything's value back to value, obviously with Trump as well doing all this stuff with the tariffs. No one really knows how that's going to play out. Might even result in a fucking war. I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it. I don't think there'll ever be another world war, but I'm saying it could. So that's why people are uncertain. And then there will be another period in the future, probably, I don't know, probably in the next 10 years when Trump dies, Putin's dead as well somehow. There'll probably be a really nice, certain period of new AI technology, and we'll probably go into another new industrial type style revolution of AI, and then that will probably be what will completely move everybody out of gold again. Everyone like, oh, look, I'm going to now use AI money instead, and there'll be a whole new narrative, and everyone will be like, think they're cleverer than gold, and then gold will go down, and then it'll go back up again because there's nothing that can replace it. Anyway, yeah,
Not Bitcoin.
lovely. Well, yeah, Bitcoin, yeah, of course. I'm just saying there'll be another thing. Bitcoin will definitely capture a load of that market for sure. Bitcoin will probably become the next, money. But the thing is about like Bitcoin and gold they're not comparable. Like it's just fucking stupid. It's like comparing a vinyl record and a fucking MP3. Yeah, MP3 might get used more today, but you can't really compare vinyl. It's a whole different thing.
Mm.
Like they still like it's like they're still music, but they have completely different like ways that you use them. And also vinyl now is like it's super expensive to buy one song, but on Spotify you can listen to a billion songs for $4. So it's like, one vinyl track is like the same cost as your whole yearly subscription with Spotify. So it's kind of like gold's the same. You're going to pay a big premium to have it. Other than Bitcoin, Bitcoin's probably going to be like, completely used in the mainstream as an easier form of money for most people digitally. But the that will even maybe pronounce the reason for gold more. It'll be a more expensive alternative, but it will be like, for instance, fully anonymous. Because Bitcoin won't be fully anonymous. It isn't. It isn't right now. It's pseudo anonymous. So like there are things that Bitcoin can't replicate in gold, and also Bitcoin relies on the fucking internet and the power grid and and electricity. Those are all points of failure. I'm not saying that's going to happen. That we're going to lose electricity, internet, and fucking all that stuff. Like that will probably be a thing of the future. But I'm saying that that is still a point of failure. And also, quantum can take it out probably. The wallets anyway, not the actual blockchain. So like all these things that people say, oh yeah, like everything's just gonna, no one's gonna use gold anymore. That's fucking bollocks. Like gold is money and it always will be money for the properties that it has. And like if I have my gold, which is in my safe, and there was a cataclysmic issue on this fucking planet, I know that it will very likely be a better bet to have gold than Bitcoin in that scenario. So because you could divise it down, it'd be divisible down into small grams or pieces of gold, which you could trade for fucking shit if there was a Fallout New Vegas style thing,
Now
which
we're
would be
talking.
hectic as fuck. But how many people are going to be walking around with a fully charged iPhone with a QR code in that scenario? That's not really going to happen, is it? Whoops. Who can you send the BTC to? But anyway,
um,
yeah.
yeah,
Hi guys, I'm just gonna get out my QR code from fucking Wonder app and we're gonna do a trade. No, bruv, you fucking relax.
that would be jokes.
Uh,
To be fair, the bit about gold as well, when you're talking about people who probably are allocated heavily into gold and now it's going up, they're probably looking at things like Nike, maybe eyeing some of this stuff up, like potentially if a tariff deal gets done with Vietnam, as even without that, actually, even without that news, this looks
mm,
quite attractive actually, as coming back down to support all the way back in twenty
yeah,
sixteen,
yeah,
twenty
yeah.
seventeen. And Nike's one of those brands that I don't think is ever going to go away because it's just so ingrained into like the fabric of like pop culture and stuff. So I think if I was
Yeah,
like a gold bug,
for
I'd be
our
looking at
lifetimes, yeah.
this like, kind of licking my
I
lips.
think Nike's got that like it'll definitely have the longevity of our, let's just say, anyone who's at the age of 18 to 35, as long as that like demographic of age group are alive, Nike will always be a thing.
Mm,
But there will eventually be new generations and new people, and you never know with companies because the whole thing about companies, like they always die eventually. There's never ever been any example of a company lasting forever. Is because people change, and eventually companies make a bad decision, like Bud Light.
mm.
Like that will probably cease to exist. Like the Sun, like that company will cease to exist. Like even companies like the fucking East India Dutch Trading Company, like bruv, if you were around during those times, you would have said exactly the same thing. Never ever gonna cease to exist. Now it does. So it's like it will eventually die, but not in our lifetimes for sure. Because as long as we're alive, I like Nike. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Uh, what if you were to use?
Does Nike have dividends on it? Is it public? Is there divvies?
I'm not actually sure,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Does Nike
Let me
have divs? I only really fucking care about
div
because stocks and
stocks.
shares aren't volatile enough for the momentum plays, and like you can with Tesla, I suppose, and so maybe the Nvidias. But I would just say like, yeah, it's nice.
It's not.
Yeah, it's
It's
got like a
not
three
bad
four
though.
percent,
Yeah.
3-4% yield on it. The thing is about divs is like, if you're going to buy something for an investment and it has a dividend yield on it, you're kind of taking out a little bit of the inflation. Obviously, it's going to appreciate probably in time, but a lot of stocks and shares, if they go up 8%, but inflation was 10, you've lost 2%. But the divs, it keep you at least on track.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just I only really look at stocks with good dividend yields. Something like 8% is like really attractive because it's likely going to go up in price anyway. What can happen though is there was a guy called George Glidener who pointed out that the higher the dividend, usually the slower the stock growth because people then get some of the earnings and then sell their stock.
Mhm.
So it's like you do have downward sell pressure because obviously the company doesn't make as much money, so it can't then go and rebuy its own stock with that money. It's giving it out to people who then will make a profit and then sell. So it's like there are some dynamics there, but I don't know, man. I've always been interested in dividend stocks, and I haven't done this probably since 20 between 2014 and 2016 when I was a wee nipper, just
Was
going
that
and
when you
buying
were in
them up.
Aussie land?
A wee nipper. Yeah, mate, that was the Aussie days.
Down under,
Fucking
mate.
Australia, mate. Fucking goddamn it, mate. It's the Great British Pound with the Aussie dollar with Danny in Darling Harbour. Bollocks, please. But yeah, no, I don't know. I like that, and also if you really want to value a stock, you can just do, you can just work out the calculation between what the value of the stock is in relation to how much it yields as a dividend and then its price. And that really is kind of like a very, very good way to value something in general, because like a lot of valuations, people come up with all these crazy speculative ideas. Like for instance, Tesla, like oh well, he's got this, and it might be a data company, but then it'll look at the earnings in relation to the amount of fucking data factories they have, and it can get so complex and so bollocksy.
Mm.
But if a company distributes a decent yield, then you can actually say, well, flat. There is a value to owning it because it will get you a yield. Whether you want to speculate and it goes up and down the price because there's potential things that can happen in the future, that's of course that's what happens in the stock market. The whole thing is just evolving. People are trying to make bets on the premise of maybe something happening in the future with the company. But if you it's Warren Buffett's strat. It's very simple. If you just work out what the real true value is, determined by the yield it produces from its dividend, and then you wait until the price matches up with that, or if not lower than that, then you will stand to do quite well because if you that's you're buying the base level it's really worth. And then anything lower than that, you're getting a good deal. And then you wait for the speculators eventually to get all fucking happy and Larry, and then
Mm.
they push the price up. And if you were trading it, you would say, well, now you were it's like waiting for Bitcoin to be $5,000 above its 200-day moving average. You know that if the fucking price is, let's just say Bitcoin went $100,000 up in price, and it was this huge, like the 200-day moving average is a good barometer, or the 21 week. The further away it gets from that line, or the PI top cycle indicator, the further away it gets from away from that line, like the closer you're at
Mm.
for
Or even the
having
poor
for a
liquidity
trade.
on a higher time frame.
All liquidity on the liquidation indicator, easy.
Yeah.
So like these types of things are like this is the boring stuff about this whole game. Like obviously the lower time frame trading is like the sexy stuff everybody wants to hear. All they want is like, oh, that guy said it's going to go down tomorrow and it did and he was short. That's like what everybody wants. But if you want to like just make money long term and keep this as a career into your all your life and you use compounding and stuff, then you just want to basically build those types of ideas and it's more investment. But the great thing is when you're an investor, if you're only an investor but you understand trading, it will make you a better investor. It's not the other way around though. Like you can't be an investor um, by just looking at fundamentals and stuff like that. You have to be a trader first, I'd say, to really really get it going. If you want to make that those extra gains. But yeah,
Mm. But yeah, nah.
Nike. I'm having a look.
I think
Three
Nike's a
percent yield. I'm gonna have a look at that.
yeah. I think it's a very very safe trade back up to like 75, $76 to be honest. And that's also where the Stuba comes in.
What's the weekly? Go on the weekly.
Uh, the Stuba, the 786 comes in at 75, which is literally bang on the yearly open. So I just
What time
think
frame are you on? You're on the monthly or weekly?
I'm
Is
on the
that the
weekly
weekly time
right
frame?
here.
And you go to the monthly even further. Yeah, nice.
Do you think that we're completely bottomed on the oscillator on the monthly? Like this is literally
Yeah,
at a
I think
year.
this is quite a nice trade. And also you're getting that 3% guarantee back per year. So you put 100 grand in, like you're making 3K on the dividend anyway.
Hmm.
So even if it did drop, you're getting some cash flow back on it. And
It's not
then
bad.
it is at matching support.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I like it a lot. I like your
Fucking Nike,
develop.
mate.
Let's have a look at the
They've been
chat.
they've been they've been increasing their dividends as well.
Oh yeah,
Consecutive years of dividends. They've been doing 22 years. They've been increasing their divs by 10% per year, as in like 10% of the 3%.
yeah,
And then dividend payout ratio is about 53%. So they give out the divs on 50% of their earnings.
not
I
bad.
like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. What if you to
No, it's
use
very fair.
Arvol to decide whether Algo master turns off? That's relative volume, right? It's probably quite similar to what we were talking about on the crypto derivatives suite. So probably works just as well. Hype's been trading with Bitcoin strength, so if Bitcoin keeps higher lows and higher highs, then Hype will continue to pump. Yeah, Hype's a good one, man. It had a really, really, really nice reaction off the lows when it was underneath $10 as well. So I'm a big fan. I feel like on Hype, there's just a lot of like proper traders on there. I don't know how to say proper traders, but like there's a lot of boys there that are just they know what they're doing.
Hyping it up. There's some boys hyping it up on the fucking hype train, dude.
I bet the boys are on Hype, like the CME
Yeah,
boys
they're
or
on
whatever.
base.
Oh, are they?
They're all sniffing base.
Really
No, I'm
interesting.
saying there's a drug back in the day. You probably don't know. You probably don't remember it, but there was a drug which was a legal high that went round like when I was probably like 18. There was this thing everyone was doing in nightclubs called bass, and it's like another word for speed. But it
Okay.
was like a legal version of it. It was a legal version of speed. It was a legal high thing, and there was a period where everyone was doing it. It was then made illegal, which was funny as fuck. And there was also something called MCAT, and
MCAT,
it
yeah, I
was like
know about
a
that.
bro. Honestly, man, there was a
That's
period where
bookie though.
it's mate, it was all legal as well. That was the funny thing about it, and like people were going to nightclubs. I obviously wasn't doing it. I actually was. I knew a few people
Oh
selling the
yeah.
stuff because they were buying it online in bulk because it wasn't illegal. It was legal. So like literally people just buy it online in bulk from these companies, which were just distributing it from pharmaceutical grade shit, and then they were just selling it in nightclubs, bro. Like people were making fuck tons of money.
Mm.
But anyway, I don't know why that came up. Base. Oh yeah, yeah. I said the boys are on base. And then I said base in terms of speed. And imagine if you're trading base, doing base, and you're the boys. Pretty legendary.
Mad Max Apocalypse, yeah, boy,
That's it, bro. It's gay. All
he knows.
right, I'm on Nike right now. I'm having a look at the fucking price of Nike. What's the ticker symbol? NIKE. New
Yeah,
York Stock
NKE,
Exchange.
NKE. It should be NIKE. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm on Nike Inc. So NIKE, just the name of it, but I suppose. Yeah, Nike's new king, bro.
Well, it's done the nuke.
Yeah, it's like yeah. It's at the very low support from going back to the 2017 era.
Yeah, bro. It's
Me an
looking
inflation adjusted chart on this. Give me what's the fucking equation Mike always does on it? I mean Viking.
W2MS, right? No, wait. It's W2MS.
Something like that.
Hold on,
It's
let me check.
Nike slash W2MS, yeah?
Let me get this.
Nope.
WM2NS, I think. NS.
WM2NS.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Even inflation adjusted is
Let me get it out for the
nice.
price. What was it? M2NS.
Oh,
I'm
you told
tripping.
me. You
Uh,
fucking told me. WM2,
WM2NS.
WM2NS,
There you go.
and then you just click enter,
Yeah,
yeah. So then
yeah,
you get
yeah.
it's the money to M2 money supply. So it's definitely
Yeah,
even with this, it's come down significantly.
this is getting
It's down
close.
70% on its inflation adjusted. I love Nike as well. I got so many fucking pairs of their trainers over the years.
Yeah, I only wear Nike socks as well. Literally only wear Nike
Yeah,
socks.
they can't. I used to have the white ones and the
Yeah,
sports ones, and they're like the small ones where you don't see them, but they're on.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Mate,
yeah.
I'm fucking buying this thing,
I know,
bruv.
bro. I've been saying this since last week in Viking streams. Like, boys, can't get on top of this.
If it goes any further,
Yeah, I'm kind of just
let's have a
waiting
look
just
at
to
earnings.
see if we get that one last like tariff 20% down day in the stock market.
It's all gonna be fine, bro. The tariffs is like what there's gonna be a cascade effect. There's gonna be one country which is going to try and make the deal first,
Yeah.
and then it's just going to cause a cascade because like no country because countries are under pressure. Like it's like yes, they can all stay resilient and they can like fight back against America on these tariffs, but the problem is like countries are built up of people and like they're going to be under super pressure just from the people in their countries. England's got it really easy because we already have a good relationship with them, and they only increase the tariff by 10%, and we don't import their goods anyway because their goods are shit compared to us, the Brits. We're better than them, so we don't want their things. But like fucking countries like Vietnam, for instance, like you said, they're definitely going to be
Bro, they're gonna make a
under a
deal.
lot
I've
of.
been saying this since literally it started, and I was like, they're definitely gonna make a deal, which is why I was looking at Nike actually. There's also a couple other ones, but yeah, they don't look as good.
Their financials are okay. Um, Net income is about 1.5. So it's saying that in 24 they had an increase in income, but their revenue in the second quarter of the fiscal 2025 year, Nike reported $12.4 billion, down 8%. Net income 1.2, a 26% decrease from their quarter the previous year. And this is 25, so this is like,
Recent.
I mean, like the company attributed these. Yeah, so they have some issues with earnings, but that's good because, the chart is fucking nice.
Yeah, and it
We
also
want to see
means
how far
like
it can
the
go.
next earnings is probably gonna be up from the last one, but still not back to normal. But it will be a positive in a
Depends on if
positive
they
light.
do get some good deals. But I'd say it's a nice chart because it's at support. Even on inflation adjusted, it's come back to that 1997 high, and you get a decent dividend on it as well, which is just a nice little insurance policy that you will get something back. Um, it's dropped like a fucking stone though since let's have a look. We've got here 21 basically. So yeah, during like the whole COVID thing. It's been like at the end of the day, like earnings in this type of business, like they're a luxury. You could call it kind of luxury clothing slash sports brand, but I don't think their revenue really is determined by sports. Probably more determined by their leisure wear, I assume.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. I
No,
don't know their
it
numbers, but
definitely
I'm
is.
saying yeah, leisure wear. So like. It's been a tough fucking 4 years, like considering COVID, because no one's been going out or buying leisurely shit. They've just been wrecked at home. So don't know. I think it's a good punt though.
Yeah, for sure. Do you just admit lifetime deals are
Definitely better
scams?
than some of these other ones. I'm gonna buy up a bucket load of Nike and see what goes down, bro.
They should give you like free Nike stuff if you own like a certain amount of the stock.
Well, the thing is, you get the 3% of their earnings. So, well, whatever you've got, yeah, that's kind of like a way you could use to that, like you get 3% on a dividend, and then you go and use that money, $3,000 worth of free money from the stock holdings, to then buy up $3,000 worth of Nike shit, which then increases the stock value even more because then the earnings go up.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. How many companies from roofing to gaming chairs offer lifetime warranties?
What's that?
I'm just reading the chat
Oh,
from the old Quant. That's my Quant.
was it Quant Zeus or Quant Lord Zeus Quant?
It's Quant Zeus.
Ah, okay, the Zeus Quant. Maybe we've got Lord Dumpu Zeus Quant, and then we've got Zeus Quant. Like, imagine being the Quant, like this is like literally it's like a god.
The
I
Quant
was the
Lord.
Quant, the Zeus, yeah, the Quant Lord legend.
But yeah, if anyone wants us to have a look at a crypto chart or two quickly before we maybe wrap it up for today, because I've got to go gym, and then yeah, I'm on for our call later, Tyler. By the way, and I've also got another one as well. Um, Yeah,
I'm
another
literally
thing.
on my brokerage account right now looking at Nike.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Another thing that also looks potentially interesting is Injective, which is at its like macro 886. Also at this major support level around $7, and we are getting like super bottomed on this oscillator. Like we get three dots and bull div. Potentially something quite interesting here. Um, that I'm going to keep an eye on the weekly. But yeah, just
You need to
not
check on my brokerage.
not really as high conviction as Nike, to be fair. It's so funny. You can tell who's like 30 plus or who's under 30 from how they say Nike. To be
Yeah,
fair,
I
it might
do.
actually be
Nike,
Nike though.
Nike or Nike. Yeah, I don't know. I say both.
It's both. It is both, isn't it?
Nike. I think Nike is like the way they say it, isn't it? Like that's how you would pronounce it. Nike is there's no. It would be Y or like IE if it was Nike.
Or like an accent on the E. Nike.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the ticker symbol kind of looks like nuke. That's what they're
Nuke.
getting right now. Yeah, they're getting fucking bum raped. Horrible to see.
Good for us though.
Discover stocks.
Let's have a look at Fartcoin quickly. Everyone loves a little bit of Fartcoin.
Yeah, just fart all over the gaff.
Oh. Yeah, we're literally just under
There's
that yearly open right now. This thing actually looks really good.
what's Nike.ext? Is a derivative. Hmm.
Nike.ext. I don't know.
One sec.
But yeah, so on Fartcoin, I actually think this is going to be one of those coins where it just, like, I can just see boomers catching on to this Fartcoin and being like, like, I think they'll find it funny. So I wanted to accumulate this between 30 cents and 20 cents, but obviously you guys all know that we never really got there when we did the dump in sort of like the end of March, beginning of April. So I wouldn't be looking to buy any here. Obviously we're at major resistance, but if we were to like come back down, maybe like break the weekly open, come back down to like 60 cents or even like the Q2, I would obviously
Oh,
accumulate
extended
some.
hours, yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? Nice.
Yeah, so on some brokerage accounts they just have the extended hours. So it's if it's traded on the New York Stock Exchange, obviously it closes and then they have their own open price market on there on the account, so you can trade it outside of the hours of New York Stock Exchange.
Yep.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yup. Yup. Yup.
But to get the dividend, just to be careful because this happened. Obviously, you need to make sure you buy the spot, don't buy the derivative because you don't get the dividend yield.
Of course. Of course. But yeah,
I'm looking now.
it's pretty.
All right, have a good one, bro. You gonna do any more alts? Are you gonna bounce?
I could do a couple volts to be honest. I mean, there's not really a trade on
Alts are just
Fartcoin at the
fucking
moment.
boring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm short on PopCap from March, it's down 20%, so like I'm chilling this week. And yeah, in general,
Yep.
to be honest, there's not like massive interest from me right now in the market. Towards the end of this week, it's been a bit flat, but
Mm.
I'm long on Link from like 10.3, but I've pretty much taken up that whole position off now. Yeah, we're kind of just in that weird spot where we've had the initial bounce, but we're still kind of like underneath res in the downtrend. Yeah, it's just looking a bit. Maybe
It's gonna
one
be
more go at the
gay.
lows. Yeah. Although Solana, I actually am quite interested in it. Seems to be trying to peak
Yeah.
above. Let's get a fresh chart
I've
actually.
got natural gas on it. I'm never gonna buy natural gas, guys. I have enough natural gas to excrete into my apartment every night.
Bro, that your story about the smoking in the purge with baby crease, bro. That was
Yeah,
good.
what my air purifier.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
Need one
still
of
don't know
those.
why it was going red. Still don't know why it was going red.
I didn't even know you could smoke in Dubai like that.
You can't, but lucky enough, they don't
Yo,
know who I am. But
you
I'm in the
yo.
Berger. Yeah, if the landlord or they found out, they would probably be a little bit upset. But I'll be
Yeah,
all right.
they're not gonna call the police or anything. Hopefully,
I've had the police once knock on my door. That was a bit hectic.
that must have been a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, just like loads of them as well, all like frowning and Arabic looking. I was like, for fuck's sake,
In
what have I done this
Arabic
time?
looking.
Yeah, just proper sketchy looking Arabic dudes who are the police. And then they eventually actually came round and were just like kind of laughing and smiling. I was like, bro, like I'm just taught. I'm a loud guy. Like once if I said, what happens if I was watching the football? And they started laughing. I was like, I'm gonna make some noise. Like England might score a goal. I'm gonna shout, aren't I?
Yeah,
They're like, yes, yes, we understand, but you need to be understand that our people live in building. The king of fucking Bahrain lives here. It's like,
damn.
okay, relax. It's a bit
Yeah.
sketchy. It's like a Rolls Royce. Gay. Being mooning. Like, Rolls Royce has done an absolute bonanza of a pump on the 3 year.
Do I need a ticket for the party, by the way? Should I message you?
Uh, Obviously you get in, but I would say just send me your email, dude, and we'll send you a ticket. Yeah, QR code.
Cool.
And you just scan it, just in case I'm not around. Like,
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
probably be good a shout to get it. I'm probably going to be on the decks, just drowning myself with tequila and cigars. So
Let's go,
I'm
man.
just going to be on the decks, bro.
Then we'll get the Wagyu going.
Yeah, there's a restaurant there as well, so like there's food, drinks all day. I don't know. It opens at 11. I'll probably rock up about 11, maybe 12, and then there'll be all the organizers will be there, and all the chicas will be there on the door, waiting to scan your QR codes and chat about nothing. Oh fuck! I got a call right now. 2 6.
No worries. I might even wrap this up so I can go to the gym and then get back for the calls. The guys are chilling here. They're a bit stacked. 83.6 to 84.2. Let's see if they pull them on New York Open. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me just go to let's go to this. Yeah, so 83, let's call it 9 to 83.6. Heavy, heavy, heavy orders. We'll have to see. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, I mean, for now, it's not really looking like there's too much action. There are a couple of things that have done good gains that I'm keeping an eye on. So, for example, like XRP, Sol, AVAX looks not too bad. It's done the gain of this like long term. This daily swing goes all the way back to November 23. It's trying to hold it right now. It's bounced off the Q2. If we can regain that weekly open, I think that's quite a high conviction trade up to here. But yeah, in general, I made good profit on PopCat earlier this week, and also I caught the longs on the previous week from the lows. So I'm not like trying to force a position here. There is potentially a short on hype, but it looks like it's trying to break out now. It's been holding up in this pocket for so long, so I'd more want to wait for a failure here. Let's see if this like wicks back up and then down. We are in the band as well. It's actually looking quite interesting potentially. What do you think on that, Zeus? I'm unsure. It's okay, but I'm a little bit unsure. It's not like the cleanest short in my opinion. But yeah, we're also getting into the 4 hour band. It definitely could go like up into like 17.5 before potentially coming back down. And it just looks strong in the micro, so I'm not trying to force that too much. Like I think I already asked you, and you said yeah, Bitcoin higher highs, higher lows is gonna keep going up. So yeah, not the most high probability trade setup, but potentially something there. Other than that, not a whole lot of interest for me in general. Hmm. Oh, sorry, I'm on trading light, aren't I? Did the old classic Viking. Yeah, I was just talking about this. MDX hasn't said a word about Bitcoin bot, and that's my main trade at the moment. Still hard to get an alert on rug pulls. Would make life so much easier. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? But yeah, I think we'll leave it there for today. Uh, had Max hijack the session, but that's okay. He didn't have too much to talk about today anyway. So yeah, shall I stream tomorrow? Yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow. Why not? Even though it's Good Friday. Wait, should we have Good Friday off? Hmm. I'll leave it on for now, and then tomorrow morning, if there's don't be lazy. Yeah, I mean, I do need to get my streams in before I go away. I'm gonna try and stream in Malaysia after the 100K party, because I'm gonna be in some like really nice like studio apartment things, doing absolutely nothing. Well, I'm gonna be looking at property in the day, and then my stream at this time will be like 6:30, so just before dinner. So I'm gonna try it. I'm a bit scared about Sam saying that you could get easily hacked on Wi-Fi, but I'm just not gonna open my exchanges. I'll be fine on TradingView and Discord, hopefully, if I can get decent internet. But yeah, um, yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. Have a Starlink. Yeah, but I'm gonna book like really nice hotels, so I should have high-speed internet. Well, I mean that's what it says, but who knows? It's probably gonna be pretty shit, but hopefully good enough to stream on. Anyway, cheers, Maz. Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, have a good one. I'm gonna hit the gym, and then yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. Adios, amigos. Have a good one.